My sister, cousin, and a couple friends came over last night after work. My sister brought a friend of hers that I'd only met a few times and that I'd never had an issue with. At one point I went to the bathroom and the ladies were in the living room calmly enjoying wine. When I came out, my sister's friend was in the kitchen arguing with my son. I asked her what she was doing. She said that my son went to the kitchen to get food, and she told him to wait until I came out of the bathroom to ask me for permission. I stared at her for a second and then said, "Who the F are you? You don't live here. He does. Who are you to tell him that he can't go into his own kitchen?" She looked surprised and said that she was trying to be helpful. I repeated my question of why she thought that it was okay to tell someone they can't use their own kitchen when she's a guest in someone else's house. She dodged the question and then brought up that she's a teacher, which isn't even relevant, and sometimes kids try to get around the rules. I asked her what that has to do with anything. I then asked, "Who even gave you permission to go into my kitchen?" She said that she followed my son in. I said, "So you think my son needs permission to go into his own kitchen, but you can go wherever you like in my house without invitation? So you have more rights here than he does?" She said that she didn't feel welcome anymore and was leaving. She went back to the living room, grabbed her bag, and walked out. My sister asked what happened, and I explained that she had a disagreement with my son. My cousin and some of the other ladies said they thought that it was strange that she followed him into the kitchen and had been wondering why she did that, and thought that her motive was weird as hell. My sister and a couple of other ladies said that her behavior was perfectly normal, and I was unnecessarily hostile to her. My cousin said, "But why would you confront a child you don't know instead of saying something to the aunt who's right here? That's so weird." Everyone but my sister acknowledged that that part was weird, and we all moved on. Later, my sister confronted me privately and said that she was upset that I chased off her friend. She said that she really likes this woman, and that I was way over the top in the way that I spoke to her. I can be a little extra when it comes to defending my kids, so was I the bad guy?
You're following a child who girl, bye.
I'm gonna let everybody else talk because I got a rant coming. So go ahead.
This isn't true or not, right? Oh, okay. No, she followed the child into the kitchen for what? The aunt is right there. Now, if the story had been the aunt followed the child, okay, that's her nephew. I could see it. But the child still lives there. The aunt doesn't, and the teacher stalker lady doesn't either. What? She wouldn't have had to get her. I'd be like, "Look, you see that door? What you do? You get your stuff and you walk out that door and don't let the door hit you, where the good Lord split you. No, you cannot follow my child in a house that is my child's. You don't live here. That child lives here. You had no right to and question my child. Oh no, I'm not even a parent. I'm like, oh no, no, no.
Number one, sister, why are you so I want this person as a friend when you see how they behave in somebody else's house? The second thing that I thought of was, oh, so you have to bring up your teacher. Do you boss around everyone's kids like this? I would not feel comfortable leaving one of my family members in her care as a teacher. You do not go and follow somebody that you do not know as a guest in their home. You have crossed every boundary, every... You wrong. You so wrong.
All right, let me handle some questions real quick before I give my quiet observation of this story.
Observation.
How old is the son? That teacher may have been one of those child sexual predators.
I thought that.
I don't think she is. But my opinion, I don't think she is. I think she's a damn control freak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping so.
It's a kid, and I'm going to control people in whatever scenario. The sister is sucking up. I totally agree. You may need to look at your sister and realize that this may be the only friend that she may have, or a close friend, or whatever. The only scenario I could understand this is if the kid was trying to get into something in the kitchen that she was supposed to get into, like a big cake or something like that. Parker, I'm going to come to that in a second. But yeah, that doesn't seem like this was a scenario for the particular story. Okay.
Does he think she was going in for some wine that they were all having?
No.
And if she saw the child going for wine, she should have said, "Hey, aunt, your nephew out here wilding out. What you want to do is like come get your nephew."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is my observation. Okay. Quiet observation. You all know how I feel about my children.
Yes.
They are my heart, they are my soul, and the only person that's above them is my wife. Don't you ever think that you're gonna fucking come into my damn house and raise your voice to any of my kids. Even if they was doing something wrong, what the hell was you gonna do? Punish them? That's my job, not yours. Even if they was eating something that they had no business eating, it was my food that I paid for, that my wife paid for, not yours. And you think that you can come into my house that me and my wife pay mortgage for, into a kitchen that me and my wife designed, and go into a refrigerator that me and my wife put food in, to tell my child that me and my wife is raising what they can eat? My wife has said one thing for many of years. If there's ever a place that you ever supposed to be safe is in your household, period. Full stop. There is always supposed to be the one place that you always supposed to be safe is in your house. And you flat out just told my child that he's not even safe in his own house. You are very lucky that all she did was yell. Because if it was me, I would have thrown the shit out, all your shit out on the porch and ask you to follow it before I throw you out on the porch. Don't you ever raise your voice to my children.
Mama Lorraine says, right on, Marlon.
And that was my observation
of
the events of this video.
Yeah, she can go with that "it takes a village" crap all she wants, because she got told.
You ain't in the village. You ain't in this village. There was 2 village members that was above
his
you.
aunt right there. Like,
there was 2 village members that was above you. The mama and the aunt. And by the way, I'm being really nice. I know I'm yelling and screaming and everything else. I'm being nice because the second thing that's coming out of my mouth is, why the fuck is you walking around in my damn house?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Stay in one room. You don't walk around.
You got one room. This is your room. You got a second room, and the second room is the bathroom. And then what do you do after
If
you go
I
to
say
the
you
bathroom?
can use it.
You go back to the first room.
Yeah, you got 2 rooms. The bathroom and any other room I tell you can go in. Thank you. Thank you, Learn Life. You preaching that. Thank you. Thank you.
Boy,
Can't
you
do
ain't
it.
lied.
Won't do
You
it.
ain't lied.
Oh,
In case
no.
anybody's listening, LL said, this is why I can't have roommates. Ooh.
Oh, that's the truth. That's the whole truth. Nothing but the truth.
Fossey is downstairs. She talking about, I can hear you from downstairs. Hey, look. I'm passionate about this show because I finally found my niche
But you
in
know
life.
what? Yeah, but
my huge passion, don't F with my children. Don't F with my wife.
Here's another way to see it. Another way. As a person that volunteered with children and it drove me crazy. Sometimes children do things wrong and need to be corrected.
Not by you.
See, that's where I'm going.
Nope. There ain't no see that. Nope. It ain't no see.
No,
nope.
but Marlon, if your child is in the public, if your child is in school, now we're not talking about physical correction. We're talking about, hey, don't do that, put that down. I'm not talking about physical correction at all, because I think you're out of bounds when you do that anyway. I'm talking about, hey, child, sit down, child, stop being loud, be quiet, those type of corrections. That's
where there is a reasonable expectation.
Yes, there's
this person is taking care of the children.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even use that, to be honest with you. I kind of disagree on it. The only time that I even get involved in somebody else's child is when they're putting themselves in physical danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what if you babysit
or to other people too?
Like you're in a group of kids and they just acting a plumb near fool.
Not my problem.
The Tracy and me gonna say, hey, y'all need to stop doing that.
Not my problem.
And then the second time I'll be going to the parents like, why you letting your child act like that?
Still not my problem. I'm not putting myself in. They're not putting themselves in physical danger, and they're not putting other kids in physical danger. Parents, you just have badass kids, and you wonder why nobody invites them to a party. So yeah, I'm sorry. I still would not.
That sounds like more of an answer I would say.
That's all. I still would not get involved in it because that's
this
not my
slippery slope.
The funny thing about
it really is, because if I'm around some kids, they get too loud. Y'all need to be quiet. I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna just sit there.
I'm not gonna say
in public.
If it's a group of loud kids in public, I'm obviously not gonna say anything because they're not in my care. But if I'm around my nieces and nephews and they running around the house, I'm like, y'all need to sit down and be quiet.
Oh yeah,
that is a very different.
Oh yeah, Fossey had to drop kick her niece and nephews a couple of times. Yeah,
she did not drop kick them.
Have them tell you the story she did. Have them tell you the story.
Oh boy.
Have her tell the story. She threw me out of glass with the. No, she didn't. No.
That's assault.
That literally is assault. I mean, they're grown up now. You know how kids are when they're little. Any yelling that you do is she had me in the corner, and
this is why I don't babysit. And you wonder why I don't want children.
Don't worry about it. Because the oldest, who was the mostest, my God, she graduated from high school. Lord have mercy on my soul. Woo!
I was the type of girl who could not wait to be a babysitter.
Oh no, I avoided that like the plague. I'm like, get them kids out of my face. No.
I had all the patience in the world, and I was very involved with my charges. I was playing with them. They were going from the moment I walked across that doorway to the moment I put them to bed. And when I got old enough, instead of being a big sister sort of a thing, I became a babysitter. And noticed that, okay, my role is changing. I have some authority because I am the closest thing to an adult here now. So I have to be choosing to be the best example that I can be. And I always felt that I could talk to a kid through nearly anything. You know, so my mother was very big on communication, so I was as well with my charges.
There's that communication word again.
Yep, it keeps coming back. But
sorry,
yeah, this mother was all the way off the chain.
But yeah,
I mean the teacher, the stalker teacher.
I did.
I'm a teacher. Okay, I'm finna teach you something.
Yeah, open that door and just walk it out. There's two ways, as I said, I'm gonna get you sucker that you can get out of this situation. You can either get tossed out or you can walk out.
Oh, you can walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. And to finish the whole thing, to the sister,
girl,
I have no idea how to explain something to you, so I'll explain it to you as a sister. You didn't do your job. You need to check your friend.
Yeah.
It literally. And I'll be honest with you, because this is the family that I'm in. This is the family that I am. Is that the family that I'm in? We have roles. We have a order. That a certain situation occurs. If it gets to the top before it gets to any other people, it's going to be a huge issue.
Why was your friend's comfort more of a priority to you than your nephew?
Yeah, you should have checked that before it even got to me, but it didn't. It got to me.
I'd kick the sister out too. I'm sorry, she'd had to go to look. You follow your friend. We still sisters. Don't get it wrong, because we sisters, but girl, you can walk right behind.
Everybody else in the party was sitting there telling you, why is this damn woman going into her kitchen? Everybody else understood, but
and why didn't they say nothing? Like, you shouldn't go in her kitchen.
Because they was the ones that was minding their own business, like what this teacher should have did.
No, I'm at somebody else's house. I'm like, why are you going in there? You don't live here.
No, because everybody was assuming the sister would have went in there and checked this.
Oh well, yeah,
everybody else was using common sense. Like, why am I going to get involved?
This is not my house.
The other's right there. She gonna check it out.
Because as soon as you mess with my nephew, we're gonna have a deep conversation.
My son runs into my room and talking about it, and I'm sorry. I can see how this conversation is going, which is why I was yelling the way I was yelling. My son just ran into my room and started telling me that somebody is yelling at them. And when I'm gonna ask him who is yelling at you, it's gonna break my heart to go, I don't know. I don't know who this is. Man, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
Dude, it's about to be full blast. None of this conversation we're going to have is going to be quiet or cordial or anything else.
The parent did exactly what was needed at the decibel that was needed.
I'm going to cuss you out. I'm going to cuss my kid out later on for eating the big chicken that he knew damn well that I was going to eat later for lunch the next day. But we're going to talk, me and him is going to talk about that. Not you, lady. You ain't got nothing to do with that conversation.
Now, if you saw the child drinking bleach, okay, maybe.
But the funny thing about it is,
maybe
she still would not have known any of that, because
if she wasn't following the child around.
What they said is all she saw was the kid walking into the kitchen and she followed. Like, you didn't know what the danger was. Why are you getting up?
I mean, hey, if you had walked into the kitchen and seen a kid about to chug some bleach, I would be thankful that you were
Yes,
there.
I'd be like, thank you. And why you
Mhm.
sitting there drinking bleach? Stop listening to Donald Trump. Don't drink the bleach.
But you sit there seeing him eat some damn food and
I
talking
mean, the
about you
kid
need to
got a
go ask your
cookie.
mama. Who is
There's
you?
no ass around. Get out.
Who are you?
Yeah, I would get the kid. Me and the child would have talk like, "Why you eating this food? And I told you not to."
Yes, but
Huh?
take my word for it. The house would be empty when I held that conversation. And the funny thing about it is now I can't even hold the conversation because I have to explain to him that he's in the right and she's in the wrong.
Right.
So now I'm just gonna miss my damn big piece ass chicken because I got to soothe over something else.
You have no lunch tomorrow, Marlon.
I
No
have
lunch.
no lunch tomorrow because now what? Ooh, man,
You just effed up days.
you done messed up my.
And what was it like?
I want her phone number now because you don't ask about my damn lunch. I
I'm
want
with
some
y'all
money
on
for
this
lunch.
sister though. What's wrong with her that her nephew became secondary to her friend? What's wrong in her mind?
Pretty much what
Like,
that was.
I was like, look,
No, no, no.
I call Anna Mama Goose cause the kids follow her everywhere. Wow.
I did. Whenever I was in the neighborhood, there were kids who were not, they were not attended. And they just, I don't know, because I paid attention to them. That's the thing.
That has a slight bearing on it, Mickey, because I just thought of something else. It does have it has a slight bearing on it. She said the teacher said you need to go ask your mama permission to eat this food. Under the assumption that the kid did not already ask the mama permission to get
she
the
needs
food.
to stay in her place.
Right.
She needs to stay in her place. You don't know what the kid did beforehand. My son may have came in and said, "Can I have the big piece of chicken?" And I said, "Yeah, because I'm going to eat the rest of your pizza."
The
We made a
toppings
compromise.
on.
I'm gonna eat
We
the
don't know what the
toppings
hell
off
was
your
going on.
pizza.
I'm just gonna eat the toppings.
I'm going to eat the topping off your pizza. Oh, why does that still sound like a punishment more than anything else? Eat my big piece of chicken. We're going to eat all the topping off your pizza.
But chicken is disgusting after it's not hot. Especially after you fry it and you got that good crunchy fry on it. Then you gotta sit there, put it in the oven all over
Air
again.
fryer.
I got to mute myself.
Air fryer.
But don't microwave chicken. Don't do that.
No, that's disgusting. The older the kid, the worse it is. Yeah, it's bad. Unless you're really hungry, then I just honestly don't care.